Welcome to our segment For the Love of Naps. I'm your host, Jessica Krauser, and I'm here with my co-host, Brian Baker.
Hello.
For the love of naps. Who doesn't love a good nap?
Oh, I love a nap.
No, seriously. But I'll tell you, I never knew my naps could be 2 to 3 hours as a 30-something adult. Maybe in my early teens or 20s, but not in my 30s did I ever think I'd be napping that long. But once I started listening to my body, I would relax, I would take a nap, all while having kids at home, a full-time job, and Parkinson's. So when do you fit in naps, you might ask? When do you fit in naps?
As often as I can. There's so many times where I just have to go, I'll just say, I have to go lay down. And I'll have to go lay down. And like you said, I think it's 10 minutes, and next thing I know, it's been an hour.
Yeah. And it's like, but it feels so,
it feels
so good.
Well, then it feels so short. It's like, so many times I just need 20-minute nap, power nap. And I'll fall asleep and it'll be an hour and 15 minutes. I was like, what? How did that happen?
It's crazy too. Like, it's not like a typical nap feeling. It's not like, I'm not walking around like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted, I need to go lay down. I can just lay down just because I know my body needs to relax, and I'm out.
Yep. And there's times where during work, when I first got diagnosed, I was on a certain medication, I would be typing in my computer and I would just be like, boom. I would stop, and I would just find myself sleeping with my head down, for maybe it was only a matter of seconds, but I'd be out. There's times when I'd be on phone calls and I would be fall asleep on the phone call. You're
that Zoom person that you turn the camera off real quick.
I turn the camera off so nobody can see me.
No, I started, when I talked to the kids about having Parkinson's finally, it was kind of like a blessing to find, to actually get it out there. But it also helped me answer questions for them, because I would be napping when they'd get home from school. And they're like, are you okay? Are you why are you so tired all the time? I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm just like a good nap. But there's actually times where I'd get up, I'd get them ready for school, they'd leave, I might clean up the kitchen, and then most of the time I would go to work out. But there's a handful of occasions that I would actually go back to bed and sleep for 2 hours. Or I'd go to exercise and come home and sleep.
Yeah, and I feel bad when I would go visit, and I still to this day, my parents live a couple hours away, so I'd get up in the morning, drive up there to visit them, and I would go up there and I'll fall asleep on the couch and sleep for 2 hours and not visit them, and then be like, all right, I gotta go home.
Yeah.
So.
But the thing is, it's we have to listen to your body, and I know here's one of the comments that I would always hear a lot, and I don't know if you have too, if I tell somebody this, I'm just tired, or I just, we're busy, and people are like, but so everybody is. It's not just because you have Parkinson's.
Right.
It's well, it kind of is, because it's not, I was never like this before.
No, I've always been a napper, but but before it was 10, 20-minute power nap, and I was good to go the rest of the night or the rest of the day,
Mm-hmm.
Now it can be literally 2.5 hours and I still go to bed early.
And I think it's, but I mean, it can be a similar story for other people. So, any, mother, father, parents, we can't do it all, right? We have jobs, we have kids, but we add PD on top of that. And that just, it's more, becomes more than we can handle. And like I said before, I'm a type A person. And so I know what it feels like to be stressed and anxious, excited and scared and overwhelmed, anything. But those feelings, all those things with Parkinson's, just feel differently. So I realized, I have to give myself a pass. You have to be nice to yourself every once in a while and just be okay with, because I would lay down and I have the thought of my mom in my head, why are you napping? You should be doing this. You should be cleaning. You should be cooking. You should da 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 da.
It doesn't bother me. I nap.
Do you?
Nothing bothers me. If I will get to the point where I physically have to go, I'll just say I have to go lay down, and I'll go upstairs in my bedroom or go lay down on the couch, and I have to lay down and take a nap.
So I wonder if that's like a guy thing, because my husband can. I swear, it's like my dad. I remember growing up. It's like come home from work and he'd nap for like an hour and then have dinner.
Maybe it is a guy thing. I don't know. And I have no shame. I've never had a shame in it. Like
No.
I'm a napper.
So I have no shame in it now, but I did, like, because I was constantly like doing something for the kids or doing something for work or getting, dinner ready or having to clean. Like I would never sit down, and my husband would always say, just relax, like sit down and watch a show. And I'm like, I'll stand and clean the kitchen while I'm watching a show, but it's like I can't sit down. Now I realize, our bodies are constantly moving. Like you might not be able to see all of it, but like my entire leg has been moving this entire time. My arm is moving, and it's like your body is just tired. So once I gave myself the okay, the manly okay of it's okay to nap, it's made me feel much better. But unfortunately, it didn't happen for me overnight. So I went through a couple of years of really probably running myself down and not realizing that things had to change. And it took me a couple months to really step back and accept this new normal. Like it's okay to nap, it's okay to slow down, it's okay to focus on one thing at a time, but it's something I really needed. So this goes into sleeping habits. How bad are your sleeping habits?
They're awful.
Tell me about them.
I've tried, everybody says try melatonin. I've tried melatonin. I've tried, everything that I can think of. I've tried to, shut off the TV and go to bed earlier.
But do you have trouble falling asleep?
No, I
asleep?
have trouble staying asleep. So I will fall asleep for sometimes an hour, 2 hours. Maybe I'll sleep from 10 to 12, and then I'll wake up at 12 o'clock and I'll lay there wide awake until 5 or 6 in the morning. Then, of course, I want to fall back asleep right before I got to get up and go to work. So it is very, it's not consistent. Nothing works the same. Every night's different. You never know what you're going to face. So.
Yeah. No, I have the same thing. I'd fall asleep and I'd wake up almost every time at 1 o'clock. And either I'd fall right back asleep and get up at 3 and then get up again at 5, or I would wake up at 1 and stay awake until 3, or we had to get up at 3 and stay up until like 5. So my sleeping habits were horrible for like 4 to 5 years, even before Parkinson's. I just didn't realize it was because of Parkinson's. And I know a lot of it is, what's going on in our brain, but even I don't know if some of your issues are because your symptoms are waking you up, or is it just you're just waking up?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've tried, like I said, I try everything to sleep.
Yeah. Mine right now, mine are just, I don't know why I wake up. Same reason. Like, I don't know what it's coming from, but before I couldn't fall asleep, or I would wake up in the middle of the night. Sometimes I would cry at night because I couldn't get my leg to stop spasming and like just relax. And like I'd try and stretch it out. So that part really was awful. And then I was on that medication that kept me up all night. I'd have those all-nighters on Ropinirole. So that was funny. Not really. But that's what really led me to realize that, my sleeping is an issue and something that I brought up with my doctor.
Yeah, and sleep affects me more than anything else. If I don't sleep good, I know it's gonna be a bad day. Every time. Like I said, and I've talked to a couple of neurologists, and they said that's just true. And sleep affects Parkinson's more than anything else.
It's interesting when I left my neurologist, when I was diagnosed, she said, the best things you can do for yourself is to eat right. So they say Mediterranean diet, but at least just eat healthier, get good sleep, and exercise. And I'm like, so I pretty much should lead the life that any normal person should do. But when you have PD, it's essential for helping your overall daily lifestyle.
Yeah, and that's what my neurologist said. He said everybody should exercise, everybody should eat healthy, and everybody should, sleep better.
Yeah.
But it's more important for us.
Yeah, I mean, because we used to be able to, probably not have good sleeping habits or not exercise. I mean, I never exercised I hated exercising actually until I was diagnosed.
Now you're a beast.
Yeah, now I have guns. I can't see them in my sweatshirt, but they're there. All right, in our last 30 seconds, I want to leave you with this. Listen to your body. If you are tired, rest, relax. Even schedule a 30-minute nap in your day. Our bodies are constantly moving, and most of us are up half the night. So get sleep when you can, under your desk, on the couch, or in your bed. Thanks for tuning in. Now go take a nap.